All right, today we're at Rob Roy Park District Golf Course. And then we're going to figure out what the heck they're doing over here. Why they got a big ass rat right there. So we're going to go check it out. Should we get both sides? Hello. Hey, so what's the deal with this?
You recording us?
Oh, yeah.
There's a labor dispute. We're just having an informational
Okay.
There's a labor dispute with open kitchens in the union.
Oh, okay. You guys trying to get some government contracts or something?
No. We're the workers that drive for open kitchens legally voted to join the Teamsters Union.
Oh, okay.
And
so they wanted to
They
join.
already won in July, but he's been appealing their election to stall the process out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a public.
Yes, but they represent they manage the kitchens inside.
Okay.
Yeah, not the golf course themselves, but the actual kitchens.
Yeah. It's a public golf course, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So I can go in there with a camera.
I would assume, yeah. I'm not gonna stop you.
No, I'm just trying to see, if this is like a government contract grab or if it's something else or someone wants to join.
This is a labor dispute.
Labor dispute?
Union labor. It has nothing to do with the golf course.
Okay.
Yeah, we just happen to be here because the kitchen staff is managed by open kitchens.
Are they working right now?
I assume so, but I'm
But
not
Open
sure.
Kitchens is private, right?
Yeah, they're private.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a private company that manages the kitchen.
Oh, okay. I don't care about that. That's their problem. But I just don't like when unions try to get government contracts because it costs taxpayers more. You know what I mean?
In what way do they try to get the government contract?
Like there's a police union, there's a fire union,
Uh-huh.
and we got to pay more for their services because their rates are up and they could never get fired.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Never get fired. There's just
It's harder.
It's more fair, I would say. No favoritism. Like if your manager likes you more than they like me,
Yeah,
they
I guess.
might
I don't
let
know.
you slide and discipline me at a
Yeah.
quicker rate than they would to you. So you just would want it to be fair across the board, and the unions usually that's why members would vote a union in. So
You know what? I still don't get unions though. It's like, let's say I'm a private employer, right? How does that job belong to you now?
It doesn't, but it is your legal right to form a union to have a representative. So you're just a representative. It doesn't belong to the union. The company still manages and makes all the decisions that they normally would. You just now, as an employee, have someone to represent you if you're treated unfairly.
Okay, so if people join a union, they can just fire everybody from that union and hire new people? But
Technically, that's illegal, but
why would that be illegal?
Can't do it, huh?
Why would that be illegal?
Because it's illegal to fire you for forming a union. That's
Okay.
the law. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That would
understand.
be-
That's what I'm
That would be
asking.
considered retaliation.
Okay.
So you have the right to form a union and have the union represent you for bargaining purposes, for if you need help with terminations or discipline if you're being treated unfairly.
So are you guys volunteering or are you guys getting paid for this?
It is my job. I'm an organizer with the union.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can volunteer. So.
Damn, how'd you get this government contract where you can't?
What government contract?
Well,
no government
if there's a law that you can't fire someone for joining a union,
In
how did that law pass?
No. You can fire someone that's in the union.
Yeah.
You just can't fire them for joining a union. It's because it's one of your protected rights.
First Amendment right?
Huh?
First Amendment right?
I don't know if it's the First Amendment right.
I don't know. I don't understand.
That would be almost equivalent to terminating someone
Yeah.
for religious beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
You have the right to form a union, but it's by majority vote. So
Okay.
if the workers come together and they take it to an election, which is held by the government. The election's held by the National Labor Board, National Labor Relations Board. So the government's the one that hosts the election. Now, then if they vote, they majority votes it in. At least here in Illinois, it's by majority vote. If they vote it in, then they have a union. And you still don't get to tell the company how to run their business. It's still their right.
I don't know. This whole union thing it's kind of like a job grab or something. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that when you say a job grab.
It's like a union thinks that the jobs are theirs, and then they come in to control it like kind of like a gang or something.
No, I think you're probably just misinformed on that. The only thing the union does is represent the employees. We don't get to tell the company how to run their business. We don't get to tell them when to start workers, when to hire workers, when to end the shift, start the shift. We just negotiate on behalf of the workers to try to get better pay and better benefits.
So you're like a consultant that you can't fire.
You can't be fired. I mean, we can be voted out if the employees are not happy with the union. They can vote the union out.
But the business can't vote the union out.
No, the business can't, because they're representing the employees. They're not representing the business. But just like a company, when they negotiate with another company, they get an attorney, they get a representative to help them build a contract. That's what they're doing. That's what the employees are doing. The companies are allowed to have someone represent them. When they negotiate, that's what the workers want.
Okay, so the workers hire a representative.
I wouldn't say hire.
Well, they pay for it,
They
right?
join the union. There's union dues, yeah.
Yeah, so they pay for it.
There's a monthly union due, yeah.
Okay, and how much do they pay at the open kitchen?
Well, they're not paying anything right now.
How much are they going to pay if they join?
When the vote gets certified, in the Teamsters Union, it's 2.5 times your hourly wage per month. So if you make $20 an hour, you do 20 times 2.5, that would be $50 a month. But you do not pay any dues until you have a contract that the employees themselves have voted in. So if they're not happy with the contract, they can vote the contract down and never pay a penny. So it's up to them. Just the kitchen, but there's no issue with the kitchen, just the management company.
My son's never played before. I'm thinking for his first time, but I definitely don't want to scab out a line.
No, there's no strike. This is informational.
Just a big ass rat.
Thank you for the support.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your name?
Oh, I don't say my name.
Oh, man,
I'm anonymous.
Me, but you won't. Okay.
Yeah, we're in public.
That's fine.
Yeah, I try to keep anonymous.
No problem. But yeah, I think you just have a misconception of what the purpose of a union is.
Yeah.
But let's say like an athlete, they hire an agent to represent them when they negotiate. It's kind of that concept.
Okay, but like the teachers union, right? They try to negotiate better pay, which costs us more money.
Yeah.
And then better vacations.
Very possible.
Which cost us more money. Same thing with the police unions and fire unions. And then they end up making too much, or else they're going to walk out and they can't hire anybody else.
Well, I guess that's subjective, though. Yeah.
It's kind of like you're strong-arming the taxpayers to pay up.
I wouldn't say so, because like the police department, fire department, they can't walk off the job. They can't strike. They can negotiate, but they can't strike. So they can't strike. I think the Chicago Fire Department been trying to get a contract for over 4 years because they don't have that power. In some instances, yeah, you can strike in private companies, but at the same time, most companies that have a union were organized because they were mistreating their employees. So there has to be a checks and a balance.
Yeah, I could see the mistreatment in employees. Yeah,
I assure you, there's thousands of companies that don't have a union because they treat their employees well.
Yeah.
There's no need to get a union.
I know plenty of companies that treat their employees really bad.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not on any side of the unions. I don't like the unions that do the like police and fire and teachers, because it costs me more. It'll cost you more too, you know? And then they do shoddy work.
I guess it depends, on there's over 300 unions here in Illinois, so it depends on the union and who's representing them, what's in the contract. Every contract is different. You may have one police department that has a union here with a different contract, and another police department that has something completely different.
Yeah, so, and then when you go try to get a job where it's unionized, now you're forced to join that union to get that job.
That's the state law.
So you guys are in the laws now.
No, it's not. It's not our law.
But somebody had a representative to pass that law.
Well, it could be considered. It can be looked at both ways, right?
Yeah.
Because if enough people don't vote for the union, even though, let's say you had 100 employees and 40 wanted the union, it's less than the majority. So now there's no union because in Illinois you have to have a majority.
Okay. Well, I don't like that part, because let's say I want to get a job, and now I'm forced to pay someone that I don't really care for to represent me. What if I don't want to get represented? What do I do?
You might not want that job if it didn't have the union pay and benefits.
But let's say the Starbucks baristas, now you have to join a union just to get a Starbucks job, you know?
They have a lot of locations that are non-union.
Okay.
Yeah, you have options there. There are some
But
companies
still, it's like you guys are stealing the jobs and you're forcing people to pay.
We're not
Even people that don't want to pay.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they're not forced, right? When they get hired, they're told by the Human Resource Department.
Yeah, they have to join a union. This is a union job.
If you want to work at that location that's unionized, yeah.
So it's possessed by the union. It's a union job. You're saying it belongs to the union now.
And it's under a contract that was.
So do I apply for a job to you instead of Starbucks?
No, you're applying with Starbucks, yeah.
Then why would I have to join a union?
If that company and that location was voted in for a union.
Yeah, but if I would have to pay like $50 a month for a union, I'm sure it's a lot more than 50.
Well,
Why can't you guys do the hiring and all that and provide some kind of a value?
Because what I said in the beginning,
instead of just taking jobs and collecting fees.
When you have a contract, there is value. You get to look at the contract and see what you're having. A lot of union companies have a union pension.
But if I don't want to be in the union, then I can't get that job.
That specific location, maybe not.
Yeah. So that's what I don't like about it.
Well, in other states you can. It's just different in Illinois. In Illinois, it's
there's a lot of corruption in Illinois. So I think that this whole union thing over here, where you're forced to join one if it's a union owned job, I don't like that part.
And what about the people that want a union? They cannot join a union because the law says.
You know what? It should be for every individual. Okay, it doesn't have to be where it's everybody or nothing.
It's like that in some states.
Yeah. So if you want to join a union, go ahead. Whatever. It doesn't affect me. But don't force me to join a union.
I mean, you don't have to. There's usually another job that's not union. There's more non-union jobs than there are union jobs. Way more.
Yeah, but why do I have to now avoid certain places because a union took over it? You know what I mean?
The union didn't take over. The workers bring the union. We're not allowed to go in and say, hey,
yeah, but what if like a bunch of idiots that are lazy, want to unionize? Like I know some at a different village. They unionized because they were lazy and they didn't perform well, so they unionized. And now they're protected, by the union. But you know what happened to them? They got outsourced.
Okay, well, that's a strong accusation. It's offensive too because you're just assuming everybody in that position that's in the union is a lazy employee.
Oh no, they were lazy.
If you say so, right?
I know. I saw them work.
Even if that was correct, you're just talking about one specific location.
Yeah, but
the state troopers are union, police departments are union. Someone's house is burning, a union fireman.
I mean, look at the union teachers. They don't teach that.
I can't speak for every single union.
It should be performance based.
Some are. Every contract's different. Some are. If you have someone that's a really bad worker, there's always a process to get that person terminated if they're not a good employee. If the company or the village doesn't follow that process, that's their decision. But there's in every contract, there's cardinal sins, there's a progressive disciplinary process that if you're that bad of a worker, eventually you will be terminated. So it is up to that company or that village to follow that. And if they really got someone who's not a good employee, they can get rid of them.
Yeah, well, that village got rid of everybody. They just outsourced.
Okay. I mean, that's their choice, I guess.
They didn't fire.
Yeah.
They just outsourced everybody. They ended up paying more.
I mean, that's up to them. Sometimes when you outsource, the quality is not as good. Sometimes it's,
that is true, yeah.
Yeah, you may argue differently, but that's up to them. Yeah. But if the majority of employees decide to form a union,
Yeah.
in Illinois, it's by majority rule. No strike here. No strike. Just an informational banner.
Yep. Just giving me information.
Yeah. But no strike.
Yeah, but you're doing for what reason? Thanks.
So this it's not targeted against a golf course. This is about open kitchens. So they contract here. So there's a group of drivers and helpers at a warehouse in Chicago that voted in favor of the union, and the company's refusing to recognize them. So we're just out informing the public about what's going on there, and asking folks to call the company and demand that they follow the law and recognize the union.
Open kitchen is like serving outside of the perimeters.
So they operate the food service here,
Yep.
but then they also deliver throughout the Chicago area.
Oh, they deliver.
Yeah, yeah.
I got you. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, they deliver to a lot of schools and daycares, park districts.
Gotcha.
In
Okay.
addition to operating these kitchens here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're just getting information out to the public. So it's not.
So what do you think about unions?
Picket line or anything.
What?
What do you think about unions?
Depends. I worked for the government for 40 years, so I'm all right.
Were you in the?
Huh?
Were they union over there?
The government?
Yeah. No.
God, no. No.
All right, we're gonna go take a look at the rat.
Okay. Cool. Nice talking to you.
All right, nice on you. All right, so that was. They have a beef with open kitchens. Looks like they've taken down the rat. Oh man, we're gonna miss it. So I don't know about these unions. They're taking private jobs, and then when you're trying to apply for one of these jobs, now you gotta be part of the union. What if you don't want to be part of the union? You know what I mean? Teamsters Local 703 at Rob Roy. Oh man, I want to get a picture of the rat, but oh well. All right. All right, thanks. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these unions. Anyway, like and I can't even fucking talk. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Let me know in the comments below if you're for unions or against unions, or for private unions or for public unions. All right.